Yep, here it is. Hit that thumbs up because they don't really like it when I talk about this. But yes, COVID has ruined sports. There's a COVID crisis in sports right now. In hockey, basketball, football. I mean, hell, the NBA really can't afford this. You got 15 players each roster. The Bulls had 8 guys. They didn't even have enough guys to play the other night. They had to basically like cancel the game. They didn't make them forfeit it. They rescheduled it. Remember, they shut down last year, and that was the first reality check to a lot of us sports fans. Like, oh my God, this shit must be real, right? Because of Rudy Gobert. Now you got like 20 something cats that got COVID, and in the NFL, 75 players in the last few days have tested positive. The other night before the Rams started playing the Cardinals, they announced Jalen Ramsey, this guy, that guy. I'm like, stars are coming down with this shit. Now, what doesn't make sense to me is when you say 94% of the league is vaccinated, the NFL, and that they have the way that they set up the protocols, unvaccinated players have to test every day. Vaccinated players have this privilege, but they only test once a week. But yet every day there's new tests of players coming up positive, and that doesn't make sense to me. If majority of y'all are already vaccinated and you only test once a week, why the hell every single day there's new COVID reports in the NFL? Yesterday it was Odell. Apparently the Rams got an entire outbreak because it was Jalen Ramsey and about 4 other ones. Now Odell's got COVID. Baker Mayfield came down with it. The head coach came down with it. Sometimes the Browns play so bad, I forget they got a coach. He came down with it. A lot of it, 75 different players. That's not including well over 100 and some change that's already gotten it this year alone. So it doesn't add up to me. You saying y'all are testing every day, but only for unvaxxed players. But only 6% of the league is unvaccinated, according to what the NFL says. Okay, we know Kirk Cousins isn't. We know Cole Beasley, and I believe Lamar Jackson. But every day, somebody's popping up with COVID. It doesn't make any sense to me. You know what I mean? And meanwhile, they keep ragging on Antonio Brown as if A, he didn't have a teammate that did the same thing. And no one talks about Mike Edwards. And B, that happened in the summer when those boys bought those fake cards. They came to camp and got vaccinated before the season started. You know, and they say, oh, you put people at risk. I haven't seen any major outbreak in Tampa, but all these other teams have them. Tennessee had a bad one last year. Dallas had like 4 coaches out a couple weeks ago. The Browns, the cooties is everywhere. But everyone's supposed to be vaxxed. I think it's going to come out eventually that a lot of these players are not vaccinated. And they got fake vax cards too. They just were smart enough to pay they chefs and they people, and they didn't get exposed for being cheap, like my boy AB. But there's no way this adds up that most majority of these athletes who care and pay attention to every single detail that goes into their body took this shot. I don't buy it. I don't think half the league took it. And that's why every day somebody's popping up with COVID. NBA too. And to me, I wouldn't be surprised if they momentarily did a shutdown because they don't have enough bodies to deal with a COVID crisis. Like I say, the Bulls had to basically forfeit a game. They don't have enough bodies. The NFL is like a machine. It's 46 guys, 53 per roster. They could shuffle guys in and out. You might lose a little star power, but they could keep going. You know, if the NBA can't, I mean, what happens in the NFL if this happens before a playoff game? You just announce, oh, Jalen Ramsey, Odell, this one, that one can't play. That's gonna hurt the team, and it's gonna hurt the television networks that's putting the games on, and it's gonna kill the ratings because people want to see stars. But when everybody's sidelined with COVID, that hurts. You know what I mean? What if this was the Super Bowl and you just announced, oh, both teams got COVID? What are you gonna do? You're gonna postpone the Super Bowl, or so it's like it's a real big issue. But somebody is definitely lying about this. At 94%, everyone follows suit, and everyone, for the most part, is on. Hell no. You know it ain't, trust me, it ain't just Aaron Rodgers, Kirk Cousins, Cole Beasley, and who else? Lamar Jackson. I know it ain't just them. No way. You know what I mean? Big Ben had COVID. A lot of them. Kamara. Every time you turn around, I follow Adam Schefter. There's a new pitcher and a new. This is a big reason I'm glad I don't play fantasy football anymore. Because when I played fantasy back in the day, your biggest problem was keeping up with the injury report and making sure no one came across the sideline of the TV being out, or guys are questionable before the game. Somebody cracked their ribs, they got bruised ribs, they may or might not play, and you got to change up the lineup just before 1 o'clock. That was stressful. Now you got to worry about that and somebody randomly getting COVID. You can't really predict who's going to get COVID next. It has nothing to do with an injury. So you can't say, well, damn, yeah, he did get the shit knocked out of him last week. That makes sense. No, this is just random. And it's crippling sports right now. So they got to figure out some shit and get this shit under control. And I don't think the answer is, oh, maybe they need to get another booster. No, this is not. No, something is not adding up. And yes, we know the shot is not designed to cure COVID. We know that. But don't tell me majority have been vaxxed, and every day y'all are testing these players. I thought vax players didn't get tested every day. That's what they say. I mean, they don't know. Are they getting tested on Tuesdays? Are they getting tested on Mondays? Like, it doesn't add up. Something ain't right. But that's just my thoughts. COVID is ruining sports, and honestly, I'm sick of it. I just wish we could move on from this, or either just go back to how life was before February of 2020. Because I'm tired of this shit, honestly. Let me know what y'all think. Hit the like button. I'm out.